Okay, the truth about Jesus, part 2. I'll start with the last sentence. The prominence, therefore, of the sun and stars in the gospel stories tends to show that Jesus is an astrological rather than an historical character. That the time of his birth, his death, and supposed resurrection is not verifiable is generally admitted. This uncertainty robs the story of Jesus, to an extent at least, of the atmosphere of reality. Of course, it is immaterial on which day Jesus was born, but why is it not known? Yet not only is the date of his birth a matter of conjecture, but also the year in which he was born. Matthew, one of the evangelists, suggests that Jesus was born in King Herod's time. For it was this king who, hearing from his magi that a king of the Jews was born, decided to destroy him. But Luke, another evangelist, intimates that Jesus was born when Quirinius was ruler of Judea, which makes the date of Jesus' birth about 14 years later than the date given by Matthew. Why this discrepancy in an historical document, to say nothing about inspiration? Hold up. Why this discrepancy in an historical document, to say nothing about inspiration? The theologian might say that this little difficulty was introduced purposely into the scriptures to establish its infallibility. But it is only religious books that are pronounced infallible on the strength of the contradictions they contain. Again, Matthew says that to escape the evil designs of Herod, Mary and Joseph, with the infant Jesus, fled into Egypt. Luke says nothing about this hurried flight, nor of Herod's intention to kill the infant Messiah. On the contrary, he tells us that after the 40 days of purification were over, Jesus was publicly presented at the temple, where Herod, if he really, as Matthew relates, wished to seize him, could have done so without difficulty. It is impossible to reconcile the flight to Egypt with the presentation to the temple, and this inconsistency is certainly insurmountable and makes it look as if the narratives had no value whatever as history. When we come to the more important chapters about Jesus, we meet with greater difficulties.